Hey everyone, it's Andrew, Steel City Scented. Hope everyone is doing great, feeling great, smelling great, taking care of yourself and others, doing all of the hard things. We can do it. I promise. Let's fragrance freestyle this morning. A bit of a deviation from what I'd scheduled, allegedly, because I'm really great at sticking to schedules, for a fragrance that I absolutely adore. So felt it really necessary to talk about it. One, because it's absolutely gorgeous, and two, because of the historical significance. So we'll talk a little bit about the house, the fragrance, how it fits on my skin, where I would wear it, and then some possible alternatives, although there's really not in this case. So this is Christopher by the House of 1969. This was originally called Sag Harbor. It's also known as Christopher Street. So there's a couple different names for this fragrance. So let's talk about the house, and I'll look at their website. Actually, I lied. I will talk about this from the summary on Fragrantica, which is ironic. I'm using Fragrantica for this fragrance, but we'll talk about it from Fragrantica just because the summary there is a little bit more comprehensive and easy to digest than what's on the website, which is a hot mess. And before I forget, don't confuse this with Christopher Street from Charnatson Macerations, which I also have. We can talk about that in the future. But reading, this is a Swedish-based house, and it was founded by a gentleman called Johan Bergelin, if I apologize if I messed your name up. It says a 24-month-long creative process with artists in Scandinavia, France, and Italy led to the launch of 5 fine perfumes at Colette in Paris 2017. Each scent is composed and inspired by a different era, culture, setting from Africa, Europe, States, and Asia. Art, music, and trends have left their marks in these fragrances. Johan writes, the name of the brand 1969 is a very powerful statement. 1969 represents the era of freedom, tolerance, and counterculture. It's also the year he was born, and my way of putting my heart on my sleeve, saying this is who I really am. And they have 19 fragrances at the moment. I don't have all of them. I've not smelled all of them. From 2017, the newest is 2023. I don't know if that's the newest, actually, because they've got some newer ones in that. But regardless, a lot of their offerings are actually quite beautiful and a little bit different, I guess. So they don't follow normal mainstream capacities, which is absolutely fantastic. And I have to use the notes on Parfumo because it's actually discontinued, unfortunately, and no longer on their website, which is a shame. So this is released in 2021. The notes listed, the tops are, it's right in the bottle, actually, too. The notes on the bottle, and I need a free eye test because this is quite small. Saffron black pepper, Indonesian patchouli, cumin, Mir Absolute, Castoreum reproduction, so no animal products, papyrus wood, and cade wood. And interestingly, they differ on Parfumo. It says black pepper, saffron, cumin, Indonesian patchouli, cade, juniper wood, Castoreum, Mir Absolute, and papyrus. So slightly different. But if you recall, I am a birch tar / cade fanatic. So, before we get into this, though, the historical significance of Christopher Street. So, if you are not aware of the Stonewall uprising that happened in 1969, please pause this and go Google it. There was an uprising in New York City. There was a bar frequented by men that identify as homosexuals in 1969 that was raided by the police. Keep in mind, homosexuality was not something that was exactly accepted and still may not be in certain parts of the country. So there was a raid protested that lasted 6 days. 6 whole days. Because people wanted to be themselves, hang out, and enjoy themselves. That's all I'll say about that. And it was on Christopher Street. So, identifying as a queer person, this fragrance means a lot to me because they gave a whole fragrance to an event that really was landmark in highlighting how the police treated a whole group of people who were born a certain way that they were. So I really won't entertain any comments. So please don't leave comments about anything about homosexuality, anything about anyone being a part of the Rainbow Mafia. Please don't do that. That's not what the intention of this conversation is. But really, what happened from Stonewall, that really sparked the international gay rights movement, right? So it's really fantastic that, again, from what I understand from reading Johan's just discussions on his website, he does identify as some type of spectrum on the Kinsey scale, not a 0. And again, Uprising is commemorated by the pride marches that you see. It's interesting though that so that event happened on June 28th, right? So all of June is Pride Month. So again, pardon the deviation, but this really is a fragrance that, again, being on Christopher Street, representing Stonewall, for me is personally just meaningful. I don't, the notes though herein, they didn't, I'm not sure if they burned the building or you know, really what happened given the notes. So I should look into that. But I would assume that there was a lot of pyrogenic events that happened. So anyway, back to the fragrance. I don't believe there are top, mid, and base notes for this on my skin anyway. So I have this on, and this fragrance will last, even on my skin, for at least 4 hours, right? So it's really, really just insanely beautiful. So I have it on my skin, and right now, so interestingly, I don't really get saffron and cumin in this. So what dominates on my skin is patchouli, the papyrus note, and the cade note. So again, my nose, I've had COVID 3 times, keep in mind. I'm a little less attuned at smelling notes. Before I had COVID 3 times, I could smell everything, and it was fantastic. Now I'm a little less adept at doing that, unfortunately. I'm trying to retrain my nose at the moment. It's going a little less well than I would like it to go. But again, the saffron black pepper don't really come out and scream at my nose, but I do get, again, this is about I put it on, I guess, at 7:30, so an hour and 45. Patchouli, a little bit of cumin, cade, a little bit of black pepper, but the way they come together is so harmonious and really just so beautiful. Like, it's really just something like, again, being a cade lover, a birch tar lover, the smokiness and the beauty is absolutely just stunning on my skin. So I really do enjoy this fragrance quite a bit. Now, it's been compared by certain folks to Lush Lord of Misrule. I haven't smelled that in quite some time, to be honest, but I think the notes there, I think they're patchouli, vanilla, and something else. So I really wouldn't put those two together. And they've also been compared to Memoirs of a Trespasser from Imaginary Authors. I also haven't smelled that in quite some time, so I'd have to go back and really smell that to get a good understanding. But on Parfumo, the little bar graph of comparison was a little teeny tiny. So if you're looking for something like this, I really don't know if there's something actually truly like this to compare. But this is so unique, right? Not many fragrances have a papyrus note that you can actually smell. Gucci has one called Santos, Hortos de Santos? Santos de Hortos? I'll have to put this in the link, I forget. It's a turquoise blue box. It was part of their, actually, let me look it up for you. I'll press pause and look it up because I don't want to just misspeak about that one. Forgive me, I was brave. It's called Hortus Sanitius. I'm sorry, guys, I need more coffee. Sanittatis. I can't even do it. Forgive me, I can't even do it. But I have that. The notes therein, if we're talking just papyrus again, it's a Botemarias, and it's papyrus, vetiver, cedar, and ginger. The papyrus on my skin lasts about 6 seconds, and then it's dominated by vetiver, cedar, ginger. So not even really comparable. But again, where I would wear this anywhere, honestly, because the sillage isn't crazy, right? So it's projecting off my skin, but it's not filling up a room. It's not obnoxious. So I sprayed it with my son still here, and he would have definitely told me if it was gross, obnoxious, because he is not shy at all about saying that. Actually, I wore it yesterday, and he liked it. He's 6.5 with no filter. So, but if someone has a sensitive nose or is really put off by smoky fragrances, I wouldn't exactly wear it, but I would give it a try. I found this on Mercari, actually, I think for like $90, but their 100 ml bottles go for like $200 on their website. So give it a shot, give it a try. If you'd like to, I think it's worth it for many, many reasons. But I will talk to you guys later on today. I have 7 more things to discuss. So stay fragrant, stay well, please take care of yourself, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.